Hello, Mylo. Thank you again for joining us at the ZKAV Club. How are you today?
Good. I'm pretty good. We're here at Berlin Blockchain Week at the Block Spotty hosted by Zcash. And so thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. And also, you are largely responsible for this event being sponsored by Zcash.
Yes, this is Zcash Community Grant funded that I wrote the grant for and brought in the team for, and as well as other folks on the team, including WebZero.
Yeah, it's super cool. I really appreciate what you and Violet are doing, and I definitely appreciate WebZero for involving all of us in their fun event. So, the reason that we are sitting down now to have this conversation is because you are running for the Zcash Community Grants Committee.
Yes.
And that's very exciting. It's your second time running.
It is, yeah. I ran before. I'm excited to run again because I'm still invested in this community, and I love the tech, and I think it has real purpose in life. And I've really enjoyed working on the grants and getting to travel and talk about Zcash because I care about it, and I like the tech, and I see the value that it brings in people's lives. And so I want to be more part of the community.
Super cool. So part of the ZCG election process is a few questions, and they've asked the candidates to record videos. We're here recording your video. Let's start with the questions. First question is coming from Zuko. It says, Zuko says, ZCG receives 52,500 ZEC per year during the current halving cycle. A year ago, that was worth $2,625,000 per year. Now that's worth about $24 million per year. What should change, if anything, about how ZCG does its work?
I think that the committee structure is good. I like that there is a group that can come together and think about the grants that are submitted and be really intentional about that. I think that having a bigger budget in this sense gives us an opportunity to fund some of the longer term projects like the ZKAV Club, which is sort of like multiple milestones throughout the year, a longer project that has sustainment, or like Haku's kind of developer relations grant. That was a longer project. So I think it would also provide opportunities for investing in projects in the infrastructure of the ecosystem, kind of like how you build roads and bridges that aren't as flashy, but are necessary kind of investments in the community that can help long term, even if kind of funding status change. Things that you might find in the Ethereum world, like Hard Hat being a blockchain simulator, right? Of okay, what if we had that for Zcash in a way that was easy for developers to run a simulated blockchain on their laptop that they could test with. And so kind of that tooling might give us opportunities to kind of invest in the future while we have the funds now.
Cool. We need to circle back to Hard Hat after we're done with the questions because I haven't heard of this and I'd like to know more. Second question is coming from Dizmad. Mm-hmm. What is Zcash's biggest opportunity right now?
I think the biggest opportunity is those who are getting debanked as an alternative financial system. And I understand that's kind of core to Zcash's ethos of being an alternative system. But I think right now, even more so, there are industries that are facing regulatory pressures and getting kicked off of regular banking systems. Like in the US, we're starting to see gamers that contain adult content starting to get kicked off of platforms like Steam. And it's that's not illegal. You can do this. These games aren't illegal games. They're not illegal industries. But because of reputational risk or other reasons, they're kind of getting deplatformed. And so I think Zcash has an opportunity here to provide financial services in this space, provide those banking, not just peer-to-peer, but CipherPay coming along as a point-of-sale system. That's great. Now we need kind of the other infrastructure that can help it become an alternative financial system. So the boring stuff like payroll and escrow and accounting and that kind of stuff is a real opportunity in a space where if you get blocked out of your bank account gets frozen, right? Now you're not in the fiat world. You can't use fiat accounting, that kind of thing.
Cool. Third question and final question.
Okay.
Coming from Frank Brown. If you could change one thing about Zcash, what would it be and why?
I think one of my biggest sort of things I would change would be smart contracts. Because I think that there are other coins that have that programmability aspect. And that's really nice when you're thinking about these alternative banking systems that have escrows or the ability to like pre-approve a set of transactions in the future, like if you want a Netflix subscription, right? That kind of thing, those are right now done on smart contracts. And I understand there's a trade-off of custody and it's very difficult, but I think that there are other privacy systems that are coming online that have that programmability with some compromise in privacy. Things like Aztec and Railgun and different technologies that are sort of trying to patch privacy onto other systems, whereas we have privacy at the core. So I think it's an ongoing debate, and I'm not sure it is going to change, but I think that is one kind of thing I'm like, kind of wish we had smart contracts.